know that Canada is advertising for people to move to Canada? I was watching something on YouTube yesterday and an advert came across, move to Canada. If you are watching this video, this is your sign to move to Canada. I love Canada because they have a variety of pathways. Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories. And in each of these provinces, most of them have different routes for workers, especially skilled workers and also people in trades. If you are watching this video and you think you are skilled, like nurses, doctors, teachers, or if you have a trade like construction, plumbing, any kind of skills, then this is for you. I will advise you to subscribe to this channel and follow what I'm about to show you, because this can change your life. In this video, I'll talk about the PNP program, which is also called the Provincial Nominee Program. The Provincial Nominee Program is held by most of Canadian provinces. Usually in certain provinces, they lack certain kind of workers in some kind of trade and skilled labor. So the PNP program is done to attract these shortages in these provinces. In this video, I'm going to show you how the PNP program works, and I'm going to show you how you can check your eligibility. And once you are eligible, then you can go ahead and apply for the PNP program of any province where you think your skills or your trade skill is needed. If you are interested in this video, stay tuned as we go into the tutorials. So the first thing we are going to do is to go to the official Canadian website, which is the ircc.canada.ca. So we press the English and then we go to immigrate. And then we go to provincial nominee. It says immigrate as a provincial nominee. In my previous video, I took you through the express entry eligibility. So we have the non-express entry and the express entry. For the purpose of this video, we'll be using the express entry PNP route. So let's go down to choose which province or territory. We'll be using British Columbia as our tutorial today, since I am in British Columbia, so that makes more sense for me. So here you can see that it's stated clearly that Nunavut and Quebec do not have provincial nominee programs, meaning that out of the 10 provinces, only Quebec, and we have 3 territories, and with that it's only Nunavut which is not part. So if you add that up, we have 11 provinces or territories who are running PNP program as at this time. And this is your sign that there is no excuse why you won't be able to move down to Canada. Now let's move on to British Columbia and see how it's also going there. For the purpose of this video, we'll be focusing on the skills immigration. I know most of those watching me are nurses, so I'll be a little biased with nurses, but don't let that restrict you. No matter your occupation, just follow the same process and read about wherever your specialty is. So we go to the skilled immigration right there. Right there. Under the skilled immigration, we have different types. So you could tell that in British Columbia, they have the priority occupation, which is listed here, which is childcare, construction, healthcare, technology, and veterinary care. So if you are watching this video and you know you are into construction, or you know you are into childcare, or any of these priority, it means that you have a higher chance of being selected or getting a job if you are in this program priority, because that is where they are in their need of people. For the purpose of this video, we can check the healthcare. So the healthcare, it tells you all the professions they need. Look at these. So if you are watching anywhere in the world, these are the priorities. So these are the people they need urgently. So it's not just about nurses, dentists, pharmacists, dietitians, psychologists, occupational therapists, physiotherapists, pharmacy technicians. Look, I've had a lot of questions about nurse aides, orderliness, and patients. So in US, they call them CNA or Certified Nurse Assistant. Here it is called healthcare assistant. But on this PNP or on the express entry NOC code, it is classified under nurse aides, orderliness, patient service associate. And for those who don't know, that is what I use as my main occupation before I moved to Canada, although I was a registered nurse. So if you have some experience as a nurse aide, you can use that also to do your PNP express entry route. Other programs, social workers, medical laboratories, you are all priority workers needed in the healthcare industry in British Columbia. Now let's move on. We also have other areas, technology. So for our IT people, so in this page, this is the BC PNP page, and it tells you everything you need to know and what they need. For the purpose of this video and as a nurse, I use the health authority route. So I'll be going through that. So it says it is a permanent residence pathway for those working in the health authority in BC. Meanwhile, in my next video, I'll be going into how to search a job, and then I'll break down the health authority. So don't worry for now. In my next video, we'll be looking at how to get a job in BC. Job bank does not really help, but I'll show you the tricks and where to find a job and how easy you can get connected to the health authority they are talking about here. So let's get back to check the eligibility first, and then we'll know what to do. So it says you should have one of the following: an indeterminate job offer. So it means a job that is not like a contract job. The job should be an open job. It doesn't matter that they will say you have to work up to 1 year or 2 years. The job should have no defined end date, and then you will need a letter from a health authority or midwife practice. In BC, the licensing authority for nurses and midwives is called the BCCNM. You can Google and look at their website. Before you can be eligible, 1, you need a job offer. 2, you need a letter from the health authority. So we have a lot of health authority here in BC, which I'll talk about in my next video. The next other point is you should meet the education, experience, training, and qualification. And all this is done in terms of nurses and healthcare workers. This is done by BCCNM. It also says that you can also use this as the express entry route, which we have already talked about in our previous video. If you have not watched that, kindly do watch. Now let's go into the documents, because I want us to have the specific things we need. Most of my followers are registered nurses, and if you want to join our WhatsApp group, you can send me an email and then I can add you to the group. So I'll download this booklet so that we'll go into details. So let's get back into the tutorial. So these are the books which shows what you have to know about the program. Sometimes not all the information will be on the web page. So anytime you are looking for something and you want to get more details, if there is a document or something, it applies to school application and everything. Download the book. Sometimes it's a lot, but I bet you if you follow that, you will not miss any information. So let's get into the book and let's see what it says. Okay, so if you can see, this talk about the British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program. So this book has everything you need to know about the British Columbia PNP program. Once you have this book and you follow it, you will not miss any process. For this purpose, we are also thinking about the healthcare, right? So I'll go straight into where it says the eligibility for healthcare programs. But before that, it even talks about all the skills immigration program. There should be a basic eligibility before you even dive into your specific occupation. We can check that out. That is in page 16. It says requirements for all skilled immigration applicants. This is page 16. So let's look at requirements for all the programs for skilled immigrants. 1, you should have an intention to live in British Columbia. 2, there should be an economic benefit to British Columbia, meaning that you are there because you are meeting the needs I already told you that PNP is about they needing people to work, and that's why they have opened the program. So of course, if they are bringing you there, it means you are going to provide service that the province needs. Also, you are supposed to help maintain and create jobs for Canadians. Also, you are transferring knowledge and skills to Canadians. You are supporting development. So all these are about the skills immigration streams, the purpose, and what they expect to gain from anyone coming, right? Now, this place is very important. Immigration status in Canada, because there are people who are out of status here, but they want to do this just to help them come into status. But this program says if you are in Canada and you are not in status, you will not be nominated. So please take note of that. If you are working in Canada without authorization, if you have unresolved refugee claim. So all these are things, if you are involved, you will not get the eligibility. Now let's move on. One important thing that a lot of people have been asking me, it's about the language eligibility. I've seen a lot of people asking me, how much do you need for the IELTS or CLB? How much band do you need? Here is the information. It is right there. It is not coming from me, it is coming from the BC PNP document itself. So let's get into it. It says the language requirements for occupation classified under NOC 2, 3, or 4 is CLB level 4. That is the Canadian language benchmark level 4. So what does that mean? Let's go down. And they have different types of language proficiency tests. The common one is the IELTS, but whichever one is available to you in wherever you live, you can use it. So let's look at the minimum we need. So for the PNP program, we need a minimum of 4 of the CLB. And in terms, if you translate that to IELTS, it means if you write your IELTS today, we expect you to get, for listening, you should get 4.5, reading 3.5, writing 4.0, speaking 4.0. This is very easy to get. Personally, my IELTS, I wrote this in April 2024, which was just before I was trying to move to Canada. And this was my scores. So listening, I had 7, reading 6.5, writing 7.0, speaking 7.5. So overall, I had 7.0. This was my IELTS score. I know it can be challenging, but for these scores, it is the easiest. So don't let IELTS scare you if you want to go through this process. Now, the next thing is job offer. I think we already spoke about job offer, but this one is going into details what they really want in the job offer. So you should be a full-time indeterminate job offer, meaning the job does not have an end date, and then it should be by a BC owner of the company, and a letter stating that you accept the job offer. So it goes down to talk about eligible BC employees. For health workers, because we'll be using the health authorities, these are all government agencies, so you will not have problem with the BC employer, especially with individual companies. If you want to apply, you have to make sure that this company is eligible, right? But for health workers, you'll be dealing more with the health authority and the hospital, so you will not have much problem with that. They also have minimum income requirements. So whatever job you'll be getting, it is expected that it is expected that your gross income should be, depending on your family size, should be in a certain amount of money. So let's say if you are a couple with a child, you are expected to, at least per your offer letter, at least you should have about 37,473. If it's not in the Metro Vancouver, you know, the main city is around the Metro Vancouver area, because that side the cost of expenses is very high. Usually you should get 44,966, like I think is the gross, or let's see. Yes, your gross. But if it's outside the main Vancouver area or the Metro Vancouver area, if you are like a family of 3, your gross should be about 37,400, and so that also makes sense there. So for nurses, we can also use the health authority stream. The requirements are just like the skilled work. So nurses, you can either use the skilled worker stream or the health authority stream. So we can look at that. Doctors, midwives, and can all go through the health authority stream. So these are the health authorities in BC. These are the health authorities in BC. So before I even go into the health authority explanation, you can look out for these places and look for jobs there. That is another smart move that I'm teaching you in this video. These are the health authorities in BC, and those are the places that jobs are hidden. So before I prepared that video, you can start looking into these areas for jobs. So if you're a nurse and you get a job in one of these health authorities, they'll give you a letter which says support from your health authority to apply for the BC PNP, which I got that support from my health authority, and they gave me a document to apply for the PNP program. So basically that is the end of the eligibility you have to do. Now I'll take you into the BC PNP program. If you followed, you realize that it's basically talking about your work experience, your job offer, and the IELTS scores. So in the work experience, I think I skipped that in what we were doing. So for NOC 0123, we are looking at a minimum of 2 years, which is just like the express entry minimum work experience requirement. Once you've gone through all this, you might be planning to write your IELTS and start looking for jobs, because that is what you need. And then you start also gathering your work experience, because you will need reference letters and other pay slips and something to support your work experience to apply for what we are doing now. Meanwhile, I'll show you where you can get the link to start applying on the PNP program. And then in my next video, I'll teach you how to search for jobs. Once you have done everything and now you know which route you want to use, for healthcare workers, we can use the healthcare authority stream once you have a job offer from one of the health authorities. So we can now go into how we can get onto the portal to start putting in our information. So let's go back here. So on the same page we were working with, you remember this page? You just move down, 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 and then you'll see register. Once you see register, BC PNP online, you click here and it says registration to skills immigration is free. So you don't have to pay for this. Okay, so here, because I was into this program, I registered and all that. So but we can, if you are new, you create a profile and then you fill in your details. It tells you your official language, your passport number, everything. And then you register and then you start filling in with the information. I hope this video was very useful to you. This step is very crucial. Checking your eligibility and knowing exactly what you are required of the program is the first step before doing the others. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something from it, kindly subscribe, comment, and then share to others to also join us as we move to Canada. In my next video, I'll be talking about how skilled workers can look for jobs in their provinces, especially for nurses and other skilled trades, how and where to find your jobs. My name is Nurse Efia Christie, and see you in my next video. Bye.